Like speaking of Chris,
Mm-hmm.
did you see his old tweets?
Yes.
Oh man, he had some good ones, bro. That was crazy.
Bruh, how do you go from that to this within 3 years?
Maybe he was
But also-
he was fighting off the urge to
Okay,
change
yeah.
genders.
Did you
don't
watch
think?
Pyrocynical's video about this, where there's a bunch of old tweets
I watched Sunny V2 video.
and
yeah.
videos as well of like, you know, Chris making jokes like that, and he was saying how Chris is not the first example. There's a lot of other examples of people who have transitioned and years before were like making fun of, you know, gender transitions or whatever it is. Like,
Not even like that though. It's like he's making fun of the very same rhetoric that he's kind of like spewing right now.
I know.
Right?
And that's what Pyro was talking about, where he's like, it's kind of funny, this trend where sometimes
He's
people will be
brainwashing
talking
them.
shit about it, and then they'll end up
Or they're
doing
just
it.
clearly deflecting and putting off their own insecurities.
But did you guys see Chris's ultimate final response to everything, which is like he got into like a DM debate with some person who was just saying like, you know, they're not fucking with what he was
Were you
doing.
trying
And-
to sue him?
No,
I
he
don't
didn't
know.
threaten to sue him, but I think that this person was actually being kind of like transphobic, to be honest,
Yeah.
where a lot of the criticism that Chris faces isn't necessarily transphobic, but they just apply it to transphobia. But this particular person, I feel like he was. But Chris basically replied with like a PayPal receipt that says that Mr. Beast just transferred him $1 million. He's like, go fuck yourself. I just got $1 million type shit. And
For
like,
being trans?
no, not for being trans, for being a part of the videos.
Oh.
That was
Nah.
There's no way that's real because nobody is
Yeah.
wiring $1 million over PayPal.
To your employees that you've
Chris-
employed for like 5 or 6
Chris
years or
posted it.
whatever. But why would I like if I thought Flacco did such a great job, why would I just like
PayPal.
send
No,
him
I
$1
think-
million? Like it doesn't seem like how most businesses
I think
operate.
I
right?
think that's his like payment for being a part of the platform for so long.
But
you know what I
it's
mean?
not
Like,
being
PayPal
done
though?
over
and he probably
PayPal
does.
in one.
Then you get
No
paid
one is sending money that way.
Yeah,
dollars
right.
Consistently.
That has to be.
Hold on,
fake.
let me. I'm gonna send it to you right.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring up.
But
I'm gonna send you a
though,
screenshot.
no, wait though, but Josh, but that proves what I told y'all. Now, I
What is
wouldn't
it,
put it past Mr. Beast to collect the Infinity Stones for listen, it's an algorithm in Infinity Stones, right? And he got it all. He got the kid-friendly content. Now got the trans content. Come on, bruh. $1 million would prove that though.
Okay, but this is the thing about the Sunny V2 video that I actually thought was pretty interesting is that Sunny V2, people are absolutely fucking attacking him for the way that he was talking about Mr. Beast and Chris and everything. But when you look at Mr. Beast's content over the years, it's kind of like he doesn't really have like a personality of his own. It's more like everything that he does in terms of his videos, and I'm sure that like behind the scenes he is his own man and everything, but in terms of the content that he makes, it seems like it's mostly determined and derived from what will be the most viral and what will get the most views. And now he all of a sudden finds himself in a situation where he's getting a ton of hate, he's getting a ton of shit, and a big percentage of his audience genuinely does not like this trans shit. I wish that it wasn't that way, but we did a poll when we were doing the No Jumper show the other day. I think it maybe got 1,000 votes, and 75% of them said that they did not approve of Chris transitioning. Now, I may be somebody who is in support of him transitioning, but the reality is that if Mr. Beast were to continue to, you know, sort of act as he always has, which is like making his videos get as many views as possible, he would probably boot the now controversial Chris from his team. Now, he's made it clear that he's not planning on doing that, but it's like, this is like we're finally getting to see Mr. Beast in a situation where he kind of has to go against his own incentives to get as many views as possible. And the question is like, is Chris down for this ride? Is Chris going to still be part of the Mr. Beast team for the next couple of years if Mr. Beast ends up getting a huge amount of hate from his own fan base? I was watching a Mr. Beast video the other day and I could see the dislikes because I have the Chrome extension or whatever. And it was a lot. It was like maybe 300,000 likes and like, you know, 80,000 dislikes, which for a person as popular as Mr. Beast is a big fucking deal. So I just wonder, like, is that gonna eventually kind of
Here's the thing with that poll though, is I support Chris. He's an adult person that can make his own decisions. You know what I mean? I just think that he has a child audience, and pushing the idea of that, and then also teaching kids about HRTs, all that stuff.
This
is
is
like,
the
it's too young
show
for it.
this right here.
Yeah.
Somebody
This is
said,
not PayPal, is it?
I was using PayPal as an
big so
example.
they can see
Sorry,
it.
that was my mistake for using PayPal as an example.
so.
No,
But
this
he
is
was,
like
just,
wire
he
transfer.
was showing he got $1 million.
Somebody said ratio, and then Chris just said ratio this, then we'll talk, and it's just him getting $1 million. There's no date. Oh wait, no, February 10th, 2023. So that's actually over a month ago, or longer. Actually, it's like almost. It's like 2 months ago. It's over 2 months ago. I don't know what exactly he's implying. Like you just get $1 million from your boss when you decide to be trans. I would just like to make sure everybody knows that is not how it works here.
I think
Damn.
this is how much he gets paid, bro. He
Like
probably for all the content that he does, maybe gets paid yearly, or maybe gets paid monthly or bi-monthly. I don't know what it is, but
It's hell nah.
That could be a bonus. That could be
yeah.
There could be a lot of things. He X'd out a whole lot of the information.
But the thing is,
to and wire from, yeah, right. This could be anything.
the point is he's trying to flex money over like, hey man, you're trying to talk shit that I'm trans, I'm a millionaire and you're not, you know. And Pyro's whole point was like, this is a terrible response, even though Chris is in the right now. He's being
understand,
attacked.
That's a terrible response. If somebody tells me like, hey, you're a fuck up or you did something bad, and I say, oh well, actually I have more money than you. You lose. Argument over.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody cares.
And then bad timing because people gonna be saying that payment wasn't even for work. Like,
Oh yeah, like
everyone's
Adam
gonna
was
assume
saying.
that it was from something different.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he did pay him the transition, which sounds very absurd, but I wouldn't oppose that.
Listen, man, like I just don't understand like why we eat. Again, like I support you as an adult technically, but like if he's mentally ill, like we shouldn't be here saying, you know what, bruh, body dysmorphia. Okay, bro, no, get therapy, seek help, right? Do something about it. But again,
But he was saying how it's so incredibly hard to get hormones as a person who wants to transition in this country, and that he considers it absolutely absurd, that it's so difficult. So I'm assuming that he did have to go through a fair amount of therapy and everything in order to even be able to transition at all. I'm pretty sure they don't just let that happen like all willy-nilly, right?
Exactly. And also Pyro had said that behind the scenes, because he's like a YouTuber as well, he said that it's been known that Chris was talking to other YouTubers that had transitioned about the process for for a while now.
See, man, again, man, maybe it's the African in me, man.
And he's
right?
known for being bisexual as well.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, they knew that for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He came out as bisexual in 2020, I think, right? But bro, again, when I see his family, man, it's him, his son, his wife, like they outside in a big house, a big front yard, a big backyard. I said, bro, this is like the fucking American dream, my boy. Like, why would you? Like, why? Man?
Everybody has their own dream, right?
Why, man?
And also families, honestly, bro, it's fucked up. And I've seen it in my life, families get ruined all day, every day over the most dumbest reasons. No, not just this, but like over the drugs, alcoholism, you know, finances, like all types of random shit, bad choices, cheating, you know, like
It's
this is just another.
So it's the obesity argument, though, right? If this right here is clearly right, it's clearly not good for you. It's clearly an illness.
How do we know that?
I'm not
If
okay.
he
This
has
is
body
why
dysmorphia. That's a mental illness. So why would we say this? Yo, listen, work out if you're fat. Get right? Seek help. But yo, listen, like destroy yourself.
this is where like I'm not gonna enter this debate with you, but because people think like I feel so strongly about this. I feel strongly about the fact that they have a child audience and kids are learning about HRTs at the age of 9 and 10. Like Josh literally said that his kids are big fans of Mr. Beast.
But they're only learning about that shit from social media. It's not like they're talking about it in Mr. Beast's videos.
But like,
dude, for the record, my kids watched the most recent one and didn't say shit about Chris.
No?
But your kids also think it's normal to paint their nails.
They are not painting their nails at this point, but they wouldn't care about it either.
Yeah, but I wouldn't care either. I'll let my kid paint their nails. I
Right.
don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, to them, wearing a fucking hoop neck shirt that looks a little girly or paint your nails, like his kids are
exactly.
It's
his
cool.
kids like grew up like way more open-minded than I grew up.
If
You know?
if you go to his comment section, especially where you can see Chris is wearing those more feminine type clothes, the comments are going a little wild with people pointing it out. You know,
I was clicking on one of the reaction videos the other day and I was looking at the comments in like reverse order, like the newest comments. It's amazing how many of Mr. Beast's fans do not speak English or are not like first language English speakers. And it's amazing how many of those people are really, really pissed off about Chris transitioning.
yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, like all his fans in Russia who like is not really
India?
cool with that type of shit. In India, they're very not cool with that type of it's like
Middle East.
that's
Oh,
yeah.
Lord, yeah. It's illegal there.
Not only are you
those
battling with
places.
dude, Mr. Beast, like you're saying, he's in a weird position right now where not only is he was on such a high ground for and he still is there, but now he's really dealing with this stuff where he's dealing with American woke culture and the rest of the world's fucking morals and what they think is okay.
It's just
I
weird
think that
for
life's
Mr. Beast because he is someone who has tried to avoid controversy at every turn throughout his career. And previous to this, what kind of shit have they had to put on Mr. Beast? Like, oh, he shared a bunch of people's blindness, like the dumbest fucking argument that you could possibly think of. I remember back in the day in like 2017 that Mr. Beast they revealed like some tweets from like 2015 where he had called his friend an FAG, right? So like they were on his ass about that, whereas like who cares? But even then, I remember Mr. Beast saying that there were certain brand deals that he was supposed to get that he did not get because he had said the F word on fucking Twitter like many years before or whatever. So I just wonder, like, to what extent is Mr. Beast going to ride this out? Because who knows how long this will be controversial for. But the one thing that seems clear is like, you can't just take Chris out of the videos now, unless he wants to be removed from the videos. And who knows how much feedback he would have to get in order to actually be like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore.
He got to, right?
If Chris was a real friend, to Mr. Beast, because I'm not sure if you guys know this, but Chris is actually Mr. Beast's first subscriber as well. When Mr. Beast first started this channel,
Are you serious?
Chris
they
was
were that close even then?
Yeah, he's known him since like childhood apparently, and he was the very first one of his close friends to subscribe to his channel.
Wow.
So that makes it even more a little heartfelt and emotional, you know. But I feel like Chris is such a good friend to Mr. Beast. He'd be like, dude, I'm gonna separate myself just to continue seeing you succeed. You know?
Yo, especially after their live stream, right? I think, yo, like you can see the dynamic is not the same no more. Like he's awkward looking, like Mr. Beast is, you know.
Did you watch that whole live stream, or you just see it in the Sunny V2 video?
I seen like a 3-minute clip on like Twitter.
What is that channel called? They just sit around in a room and open mail.
Mr. Beast 2.
Mr. Beast 2? I gotta check that out because I never seen that channel.
It's like a PO box opening, basically.
He has so many channels,
bro, for real. I know.
and they do
He's breaking-
so good.
No, listen, and he breaks YouTube policies, right? Because YouTube says this: if you put this video on this channel and take that same video and put it on this channel, that's duplicate and that's not right, right?
But when does he do that?
Now, yeah, right. Look,
Spanish videos.
yeah, right. You're right.
Oh, but that's different. They got
the same
subtitles,
video,
or they got dubbed audio on it.
Yeah, but like it's the same video, but just in different languages.
Yeah, but it's not the same video if you have a completely different audio track over the entire thing.
So if I like copy here, right, again, if I take the exact same video, right, and then speed it up and then put it on like 5 different channels, I'm still getting clapped for it.
It's not sped up though. It's totally different language.
They probably have specific rules for the multilingual channel because everyone does it.
Yeah, clearly he's allowed to do it, or we would already know. And also, like, if YouTube's terms of service did prohibit this, I would think that they would then immediately change the rules because Mr. Beast is making YouTube a ton of money by dubbing his content. He's making himself a way more famous content creator. Like, that's why when I look at his comment section, there's so many people in other languages and shit, is because he's going out of his way to market that shit to these other countries and shit. I know people always tell me that, like, oh, you should dub your videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's going to take a long ass time to dub a random podcast. And why the fuck would some guy in Mexico City want to watch it?
Yeah, right.
You don't know.